Chapter 22. This is a good thing, right? Hermes appears at Mount Olympus with the most interesting news. Trouble is, he refuses to share it with anyone but Zeus, and Zeus is still missing. A number of gods and goddesses are on Olympus today. Ares, the Greek god of war, threatens him. Athena attempts to trick him, but Hermes is too savvy for her verbal traps. She then tries to reason with him, but that gets her nowhere as well. Poseidon wants to physically beat it out of him, but Hera intervenes. Surely in lieu of Zeus, his wife would be sufficient, Hera says. I'm sorry, Hermes replies. My orders are to deliver the message to Zeus and only Zeus. It soon becomes apparent that Hermes is enjoying this little repartee. For once, he is the most important god in the room. Athena disputes Hermes' sense of entitlement. If Zeus were here, he'd tell us whatever this great secret is. Ah, Hermes says, of that I cannot be certain. Aphrodite, the Greek goddess of beauty, watches from afar. She decides to get involved. She has her own means of persuasion, the kind for which Hermes will be no match. She slinks behind him and puts her hands up his toga. She rubs her hands on his thighs. Hermes gasps as her fingers massage their way past his groin to his testicles and rapidly rising shaft. Aphrodite kisses his neck while playing with his manhood, driving him to the brink. She suddenly stops. Hermes is left high and dry. Wait, he pleads. Don't stop. Aphrodite cocks her head. I believe you have something you need to tell us. Against his better judgment, Hermes relents. He is thinking with his smaller head now. Very well. But remember, this is meant for Zeus's ears. You didn't hear it from me. Fine, Athena says. Convey the message. Hermes hates himself right now. He hates that the promise of a mere hand job is clouding his thinking. But really, where's the harm? It seems that Horus has defeated Set. That's fantastic news, Athena exclaims. Does this mean he will be joining us on the war front? I'm not certain, but feel it is a safe assumption. There is more, though. In honor of Horus's victory, Ra has stepped aside. It is Horus who shall lead the Egyptians from this day forward. This statement causes murmurs amongst the Olympians. This is truly noteworthy. It is also grounds for concern. Very rarely are gods replaced willingly. However, Horus did end a war that lasted several thousands of years. Poseidon is not entirely convinced. It is a matter of record that I am not pleased with Ra. He was extremely rude to Athena and me. But to be appointed a new ruler during such a time of crisis is worrisome. While I am confident he is trustworthy, I suspect he has much to learn. Athena does not share the same fears. Remember, Horus would have Thoth to guide his decisions, and I feel certain that Ra will be extremely willing to help with those matters of utmost importance. Hermes stands, somewhat impatiently, as the discussions take place. He is still hard and wants relief. Aphrodite? Weren't we in the middle of something? Aphrodite doesn't exactly blush. Hermes was used. She doesn't even seek to intervene. Neither does Hephaestus, her husband. He is accustomed to her infidelities. They sadden him, but the crippled god of blacksmiths knows nothing else. It is Ares, Aphrodite's longtime lover, who intervenes. I think she was just making a point, he says. You, like many, are powerless against her charms. I knew what was happening all along. I'm surprised you did not. Hermes sulks. He has been played the fool. Cheer up, Hermes, Poseidon says. You have work to do. Send a message to Horus, congratulating him on his new station. Explain that these brethren from Olympus are excited to aid in any way he desires. Athena smiles. The scribe shall compose a scroll in the hieroglyphic language for his reading pleasure. Hermes shall deliver it with our commendation. Hermes the messenger knows his place. Odin stares out the window of the great hall of Valhalla. He does not sit. He has scarcely sat these several days. He paces the granite-tiled floors incessantly, stopping only to gather his thoughts, before resuming his pacing. Many thoughts run through his brain, thoughts of hope and thoughts of dread. Ra's displacement means something important. Of this he is sure, but he cannot fathom its magnitude. The severed head of Mimir, Odin's advisor, has little to offer Odin. I'm afraid we will need to wait. Horus is an honorable general, but whether or not he is a leader remains to be seen. Odin agrees. I have always held Horus in the highest esteem. However, I fear what the future may bring. Odin summons Njord. As a member of the Vanir, he may have glimpses into the future. Njord makes haste and appears before Odin. Uncharacteristically, Njord speaks before Odin requests. I know why I'm here, he says. Horus has conquered Ra. Conquered? Perhaps that was a poor choice of words. I should have meant to say, succeeded. Odin rubs his long beard. Succession plans rarely do not involve bloodshed. Tell me what you see. Njord concentrates. It is hard to see. The Egyptian desert winds carry sandstorms. But Horus's troops are not involved in the attack. They wait. They wait for Ra to step aside. Odin is most concerned. Was Ra challenged? Yes, but he was guarded. It would appear that he freely relinquished his throne. Can you help arrange a meeting? Njord shakes his head. I no longer detect him, just as I no longer detect Zeus. It would seem Ra has taken leave. And Zeus? He is also beyond my vision. This troubles Odin. Ra has stepped aside. Zeus is missing. Are there other gods whose place is in question? Njord smiles. There is no one plotting to topple you, if that's what you mean. The light needs you more than ever. It is you now, and only you, that can prevent Ragnarok. And Horus? Horus just may be the hero the light has needed. This answer satisfies Odin. There is one other thing. When will my daughter Freya be returning? I see that she went to Earth. Was there a reason? Odin nods. She is to receive Apollo. I am certain she will return soon. What about this son of Zeus? Why would we risk our own kind for his safety? Apollo is going to aid in the fight against the darkness. Poseidon and Athena named him as an important leader in the war. Apollo has not raised a bow in millennia. What makes you think he will now? Odin smiles. Because Freya can convince anyone of anything. Hermes arrives in Heliopolis, carrying the scroll penned by the Greek scribes. This is not the same city he recalled. Gone were the armed gods surrounding Ra's palace. Instead, a festive atmosphere exists. Street vendors sell their merchandise freely. Dancing gods and goddesses form a parade. The new regime of Horus is as exciting as it is fearless. Horus sits on a balcony observing the revelry. He smiles and tosses golden trinkets onto his adoring public. War is over. Peace exists. Hermes cannot remember a place he has witnessed such merriment. The defeat of Set has created an ongoing festival. Egypt is, at last, in harmony. When Hermes is spotted, he is immediately led to Horus. Horus opens his arms to him, with an embrace that nearly crushes the Greek messenger. Horus is drunk on beer. He offers a glass to Hermes, which he readily accepts. The scroll is passed into Horus's eager hands. At best, Horus skims it. Once Horus has completed his read, he hugs Hermes again. The Greeks, he toasts, and the Egyptians shall be allies until time no longer passes. Hermes grins. This reception is even better than expected, but soon it would be even better. Horus makes eye contact with a trio of fertility demigods. They are dancing along the loose sand streets, attracting the attention of a great many revelers. Horus motions them up the veranda. As they arrive, they kiss Horus. It is instantly clear that Horus's wife Hathor disapproves. Horus points them in the direction of Hermes. Spread the love amongst our Greek friend. The demigods dance for Hermes. Each is sexier than the previous. They caress his skin, taste the sweat from his neck, and place their enthusiastic hands inside his toga. None are as beautiful as Aphrodite, but this is an instance where the sum is not greater than the whole of the parts. We don't usually engage in public trysts here in Egypt. We leave that activity for the Romans, Horace says. Why do you not visit one of the private chamber rooms? Hermes rises and follows them indoors. Sometimes it may be good to be the king, but in a pinch, being the messenger does just fine.